Today I want to talk about solving one-step equations. So first things first, I want to talk about equivalent equations. And equivalent equations are simply equations that have the same solution. The left side of the equal sign is equal to the right side of the equal sign. Now we're going to be talking about the word isolate. And what that means is to solve an equation, you get the variable alone on one side of the equation. You isolate the variable. All right, so we're going to make it equal to that variable. Isolate means alone, so get the variable alone. Inverse operations. These are operations that undo one another. It's kind of like the opposite. So the opposite of addition is subtraction. The opposite of subtraction is addition. The opposite of multiplication is division. And the opposite of division is multiplication. So there's a couple steps for solving equations. First thing you need to do is isolate the variable. Right? Get that variable by itself. And then you need to undo the operation on each side. That's how you need to isolate it. Then simplify and check the answer by substitution. So, for example, if we have 8 plus x equals 14. So the first thing that we need to do is get that variable by itself. To get the variable by itself, we need to get rid of this 8. All right? So this 8 is being added to x, so we need to either add or subtract it. The 8 is positive, so we need to do the opposite. We need to undo a positive 8. We need to make it nothing, all right? Make it 0. So the opposite of positive 8 is negative 8. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So when you simplify, 8 minus 8, well, that's nothing. That cancels out. That leaves us with x, and then 14 minus 8 is 6. Then check. Check and see if our answer works. What's 8 plus 6? 14. That works. Our second example, we've got x minus 12 equals 19. Again, you've got to isolate that variable, all right? So we've got a minus 12 going on. How do you get rid of minus 12? What's the opposite of minus 12? How do you make it nothing? Make it not exist. Make it 0. So the opposite of minus 12 is plus 12. So whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, do to the other. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. That cancels out. And x is going to be, let's see, 9 and 2 is 11. Carry your 1 is going to be 31. And check it. Substitute it in. 31 minus 12 will give you 19. All right, next two examples. If you look at number 3, 7 times what equals 42? All right, isolate the variable. Get x by itself. X is being multiplied by 7. The opposite of multiplying by 7 is dividing by 7. So whatever you do to one side, do to the other. Right, so then when you simplify, 7 divided by 7 is 1, and we're left with 1x. That's what we want to do. We want to get x by itself, and 42 divided by 7 is 6. Check it, substitute it in, see if it works. 7 times 6 is 42. Yes, it works. Number 4, what number divided by 3 equals 6? X is being divided by 3. What's the opposite of dividing by 3? The opposite of dividing by 3, and I know I'm going to squeeze this in here, is multiplying by 3. Dividing by 3 and multiplying divided by 3 and multiplying by 3 cancel each other out. They're opposites. That gives us x, and 6 times 3 is 18. Check it, substitute it in, see if it works. 18 divided by 3 equals 6. A lot of mistakes that will be made is people will see those numbers there and go, oh, it's 2. No, all right, 2 divided by 3 is not 6. You need to do the opposite of dividing by 3, which is multiplying by 3. We are going to do a lot of these problems tomorrow. See you then.